Lesson 11.3, solve two-step word problems, all operations. I can solve two-step word problems involving different operations, and I can also make sense of problems. An aquarium had 75 clownfish in a large water tank. The clownfish represented in the graph were added to this tank. How many clownfish are in the tank now? Solve this problem any way you choose. Write and explain how you found your answer. Make sense of this problem and think about the information you need to solve. Recent arrivals at the aquarium. Each triangle equals 5 animals. An aquarium had 75 clownfish in a large water tank. The clownfish represented in the graph were added to this tank. How many clownfish are in the tank now? So we're only looking at this chart for the clownfish. We know each one stands for 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay, we could also count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could have taken 9 times 5 and gotten the same answer as counting by 5s, whichever way is easier for you. Now, it says we started with 75 clownfish, and now we want to find how many are total in the tank, plus 45. 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1, 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12, we get 120 fish, okay? That's just clownfish. So down here it asks us, what operations did you use to solve this problem, and tell why you needed those operations. We used multiplication and addition. Okay, we use multiplication as 9 times 5, and we use addition 75 plus 45. How can you solve two-step problems? Jill can rent a car and GPS device for $325 for 7 days. What is the cost to rent the car for a week without the GPS device? Use estimation to check your answer. So over here it says car rental extras. We're only looking here at the GPS, which is $9 a day. The cost of the car without the GPS. 325 minus 7 times 9 equals what? There are 2 operations to solve this problem. The equation does not have parentheses, so you need to know which of the 2 operations to do first. There is an order to do calculations in a problem with no parentheses. Start reading the equation from the left side and do any multiplication and division as you move right. Okay, then start back on the left side and do any addition or subtraction. First, multiply 325 minus 7 times 9 equals C. 325, take away 63 equals C, and then subtract. You get a total of 262. The car without the GPS is 262. If you subtract it before multiplying, you would not get the right answer. Another way I want you to remember this order of operations is this. Okay, first you always do anything that's in parentheses. Then you do exponents, if there is any. Then you follow up with multiplication. Then you do the division. Then you do the addition. And then you do the subtraction. Easy way to remember it, PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Jill can rent a different car and DVD player for $384 for 7 days. She wants to know the cost to rent the car for a week without the DVD player. Explain how this problem is different from the problem, then solve. So Jill can rent a different car for $384. Okay? So we're going to set it up as 384 minus 7 times 6. Okay, we look back up and we see the DVD player costs $6. That's where we get the 6 from. Okay? So we look, is there any parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication, yes. 7 times 6, which equals 42. Okay, taking away 384 minus 42. 4 minus 2 is 2. 8 minus 4 is 4. 3 minus 0 is 3, so we get 342. It's different because here you're multiplying by 6. Up here you're multiplying by 9. Okay? So like I said, we're multiplying by 6 instead of by 9. Dottie says you can use 63 plus c equals 325 instead of 325 minus 63 equals c for the problem on page 586. Can this question be used to get the correct answer? Yes, because addition and subtraction are related. If 63 plus c is 325, then 325 minus 63 is the same thing. So, yes, because addition and subtraction are related. Look at the equation below. Which calculation should you do first and to find y? Remember, there's no parentheses, no exponents. I see multiplication next. So 4 times 2 equals 8. So we have 8 divided by 8 equals y. Now I see division. 8 divided by 8 equals 1, so 1 equals y. Look at box A on page 586. How much would it cost Jill to rent the car for a week with the GPS and DVD player? So we want to look at $325. We know that that is the cost of the car. We know that the GPS costs $7 and the DVD player costs $6. Looking here, I see multiplication, 7 times 6, which equals 42. So we have 325 plus 42, and then we can figure out 325 plus 42. 5 plus 2 is 7, 4 plus 2 is 6, and 3. So our total comes to 367. Down here, it says Trish bought 4 yards of rope to make a swing. Judy spent $18 on rope. How much did the two girls spend altogether? Martha has 12 stamps. Tony has 21 stamps. Tony divides her stamps into 3 equal groups, and she gives 1 group to Martha. How many stamps does Martha have? Now, check that your equation represents the problem before you solve. On the back. Maurice needs 36 apples for his party. How much will the apples cost? To write equations to solve and use the letter to represent the unknown quantity. Delia bought 24 lemons and 63 apples. How much did she spend on fruit? Fill in the blank. When you blank 72 to the nearest 10, you get 70. This is a vocabulary word that you should know. Carla collected 328 shells. Dan collected 176 shells. How can you use compatible numbers to estimate how many shells they collected? Sasha is building a scratching post for her cat. There will be 3 levels. Sasha spends $10 on the pole. She spends $7 on each level. Sasha's plan to find the total cost is shown at the right. Is she correct, and explain why? 3 times 10 plus 7 equals C. I multiply 3 times 10 first. Explain if she is correct and why. Use the fruit from exercises 6 and 7. Kaylee bought 4 bags of oranges and 1 bag of apples. How many pieces of fruit did she buy? Write equations to solve and use letters to represent any unknown quantities. Once again, this is lesson 11.3. Solve 2-step word problems, all operations.